My video for June the 26th, 2018 is entitled, "What's Going On with the Internet?" Of course, that's a question. I truly wish I could answer that question. 2 out of the past 3 days, YouTube published my video before it was scheduled. As regular viewers of my channel know, I normally make my videos a day ahead of time. They go live in the early morning hours, usually around 4 to 5 a.m. each day. When they mess up, I end up having 2 current videos, which of course decreases the viewership on each one. My emails are also messed up lately. Unfortunately, I get my Yahoo and Gmail 2 addresses on the same page. I've tried to separate them to no avail at this point. I even tried to open a Zoho account, and the computer keeps saying I'm using an invalid phone number. I checked with the cell phone provider and learned they changed my number, but even the new number they gave me is rejected. I don't want to sound paranoid, but it does seem suspicious that there are so many glitches showing up simultaneously. Emails I send to myself from my new Outlook account to my existing accounts do not go through. Something is definitely amiss. It's been really frustrating of late. First of all, I got a notice from Gmail, or rather from Yahoo, that I needed to sign their new agreement. And their new agreement tells me that if there's any disputes or anything, they provide the settlement team and there's no other option, which is, of course, insane. If they do something wrong, I can't take them to a neutral arbiter to resolve the issue. I have to use their person, their system. And of course, their system isn't going to side with me, it's going to side with them. So it's a fixed game that they're setting up, which of course is not satisfactory to me. But YouTube is also messing with me. I mean, I schedule my videos, and then I go back and I learn that even though I've scheduled it, it's already live. Now, the one day in between the 2 glitches, I didn't put my video up till actually late afternoon, early evening. I normally put them up really, as I said, really early in the morning. I record them and I put them up and I've scheduled them. I didn't do that on the one in the middle, and it went through just fine. But the first one that this happened on ended up being put up, even though I was scheduling it for the following day. It ended up going up that day on YouTube. Now, it didn't put it up on Facebook until later because Facebook doesn't automatically get the thing. I have to manually copy and paste the blurb with the link and put it up on Facebook on my 2 Facebook accounts. And as far as my emails go, I'm talking about 2 different Gmail accounts because I opened a brand new Gmail account, which is the one that I post on my videos, ParadoxMan 1946 at Gmail. That's the one that I want to get most of my communication on. But my YouTube account is set up on ParadoxMan316 at Gmail. So they're both active accounts. And I use the 316 one for what I consider in most cases. It's not an absolute, but most of the time that's where my junk mail would go. It would go to the ParadoxMan316 email. And I have a friend, actually I have more than one friend, but one in particular would send me messages regularly on Yahoo, and I was getting them, but then when I signed this agreement, right after I signed it, there started to be problems. So I sent this friend my new Outlook account, and I got 12 emails from her on that account. And then all of a sudden, she's letting me know that they're bouncing back and says no such address exists. But I'd already gotten not just hers, but one from Outlook welcoming me. So there were 13 emails that I received, one from Outlook and 12 from my friend. Those were the only ones on it. And all of a sudden, she can't send them to me because that email doesn't exist anymore. I don't know what's going on, folks, but something in the internet community at the level of YouTube and Yahoo, and Yahoo changed companies. I mean, it has a new label now on the head of the company. That was one of the new agreements that needed to be signed. And I mean, I don't always read the agreements, but this time I actually read the agreement. And no, I didn't want to sign it. So I put it off for, I don't know, a few weeks at least, before I finally said, okay, I need to resolve this issue. And so I went ahead, and then I sent my friend, stop sending me things on Yahoo and send them there. But I've tried to separate my Yahoo from my Gmail accounts. And I can't. I can get my emails individually on the 316, but again, that's my junk mail. The one that really counts is the 1946 one that I post. That's when I get the most stuff on, and I cannot open that separately. The computer doesn't let me go there. It only lets me go to the Paradox Man 316 email. I can open that one, but not the 1946 one. If you think that I'm frustrated, you're absolutely right. And I've gotten, again, this Mark Zuckerberg thing about suspending Facebook. I've gotten that over a period of time, that they're going to start charging per email of, I forget what the amount was, 37 cents or something like that, per email received. If you don't forward it to your friends and get them to know that this is going to be the new program, yet they want you to, and it's a scam, folks. I don't even believe it's really Mark Zuckerberg, although it might be, but it's a scam. And the whole world we've been living in for a long time is scammed by people that have bad intentions. They are not honest. They do not intend to operate with any integrity at all. They want to filter out everybody that has an alternative viewpoint. They don't want to allow free speech. They don't want to allow people to think for themselves. And certainly they don't want their system to be challenged. And those of us that challenge their system automatically become targets of these individuals that want to maintain their control grid. Now, of course, there's lots of reports out that there are more legislation pending, and they've increased the amount of judges that are going to be reviewing things. I mean, a substantial increase in the number of judges, because they have so many subpoenas on file for people like Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, who will, if truth matters, they will end up being impeached, and they will be eliminated as having even been presidents or running for president. And Bill Clinton, of course, is part of that. But folks, I want you to see that we are involved in some kind of subtle warfare over the internet. And it is a real problem. And I'm recording this video. It's early in the morning. It's 4:48 a.m. It's not even 5 a.m. yet. 4:48 a.m. And I'm not going to make this video live until sometime much later in the day, so that hopefully it will go up when I want it to and not when they choose to. Anyway, thank you folks for listening, and namaste.